Hey, welcome back, everybody. Craig Peterson here. Glad you guys could be with me today. We got about a half an hour left in today's show. A few more topics to cover, but this has been a big week. People all over the world, for the very first time, were working from home for the very first time. And this includes, of course, people right here, people across the United States, Canada, Mexico, even France, although the demonstrators are wandering the streets over there. I don't know if they're trying to spread the disease or what they're doing. They're French. And shout out to all of our people who listen in France, because we do have people listening in France, but they know what I'm talking about here. So I have been putting together some detailed deep dive webinars for this week, where I'm going to be answering all of your questions. I might do one or two Facebook Lives. We'll see how it all goes. I'm not a big Facebook Live fan myself, but there's many people who are. So maybe you would like to get involved if you would. Again, these are all free, and I really am trying to help you guys out. Believe me. You can sign up for my email list, which is craigpeterson.com/subscribe. You'll find out about these. You'll get my regular email every week that comes out, the newsletter with the top stories of the week, all of the stories we discuss here on the air and elsewhere. We also have a new newsletter that we have the first one in the can. We probably will send it out this week, and it is about security and what the top patches are this month that you need to worry about. A little bit of a deep dive there. We give you all kinds of links to the sites to find out exactly what to install, how to install it, what to do with it. So all kinds of stuff that you won't get anywhere else, and you're going to get it for free. So craigpeterson.com/subscribe is where you need to go. Make sure you go there, and go there right now so that you don't forget. craigpeterson.com/subscribe. Believe me, I'm not going to be pestering you. I'm sending you all kinds of great stuff. Hardly anybody ends up unsubscribing. It is very, very rare, and I have one of the highest open rates in the entire industry, near as I can tell, in talking with other people. And that's because people really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys too. Now, I have been talking a little bit about tools on some of these webinars, and I did a deep dive. I'm going to do a deeper dive this coming week about the tools you can use when you're working from home, or if you're a business owner or an IT person, the types of tools that are really going to help your teams. And one of the things that I just wanted to bring up here now is that Comcast and T-Mobile have both said they are going to upgrade everyone to unlimited data for the next 60 days. So they are going to suspend the enforcement of the data cap and overage fees during the coronavirus pandemic. I think that's really good. The statement says, while the vast majority of our customers do not come close to using 1 terabyte of data in a month, we are pausing our data plans for 60 days, giving all customers unlimited data for no additional charge. And normally Comcast charges an extra $50 per month for unlimited data, or $10 for each additional block of 50 gig after you exceed 1 terabyte. They're also making its Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots free for anyone to use. I mentioned that earlier in the show. So if you are somewhere and you need internet and you see a Wi-Fi network called Xfinity, you can hop on and use it. Now, from a security standpoint, there are considerations, and we go into those in more depth in the webinars coming up this week, and I have a whole course that gets into a lot of depth on that, but it's really great. Xfinity, just look for that Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone, no matter where you are. They have millions of them all over the country. Basically, anyone that has Comcast for their internet is going to be providing, unbeknownst to them, an Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot, okay? Now, normally they are free to Comcast customers, and everybody else needs to buy a pass to use them. They're going to be free for 60 days. They are the largest home internet provider in the nation. And I know there's not a whole lot of them in some of our communities, but they are very, very big. AT&T, which is the second biggest home internet provider that enforces data caps, announced that it would waive the caps as well. So that's really great news, frankly. Unlimited smartphone data for the next 60 days, excluding roaming, by the way. So don't think you can get roaming for free. And that applies to any T-Mobile plan, Metro by T-Mobile prepaid plan as well. It's also giving all of its T-Mobile customers an additional 20 gig of mobile hotspot tethering service for the next 60 days. Sprint, which is being acquired right now by T-Mobile, is taking identical steps. So there you go. There's your main guys. Now, really, it's down to Comcast is actually providing smartphone service, not using all their own towers, though. And T-Mobile, AT&T, and Sprint are all doing it. Now, to help low-income Americans, T-Mobile is working with Lifeline, and it's going to provide customers an extra free data up to 5 gigabytes, I should say, per month over the next 2 months. Lifeline, by the way, is a federal program, and it gives discount service to people with low incomes. And many Lifeline providers resell T-Mobile service instead of having their own networks. By the way, T-Mobile also has a 55 and older plan for those of us who are in that age group, and they have discounts for that group as well. So there you go. There is a lot to consider there, and thanks to Comcast, AT&T, T-Mobile, and the dozens of other ISPs that are going to be providing us with more service for free during these tougher times. Now, one of the things I talk a lot about when we're talking about security is linking networks and having people working from home or remote offices, and the use of VPNs and other security problems, right? Well, here's a real eye-opener. There are many businesses that are considered part of our critical infrastructure, businesses that are under FINRA regulations. In other words, businesses that are in the financial businesses, particularly banks, manufacturers in some cases, obviously anyone who's making anything for the military, DoD contractors. But bottom line is, the more sensitive the systems are, the less you want those systems to be connected to the internet in any way. And in those cases where you've got the critical infrastructure, intelligence agencies, anywhere you have a higher security networks, working at home really is not an option at all. While there are some ways around this problem, and I don't mean around it as in trying to skirt the security issues, but around it in a very secure way. And it depends on how you're working and what you're doing, and really how critical and sensitive the data is. You know, the old Orange Book standards were there for a reason, and people can read some of the older CRTs and things remotely. These new LCD and LED displays we have are harder to read remotely, but in those cases, forget about it. You're never going to be able to work from home, right? If information is only available in a SCIF, forget about it. You're not going to be able to work from home. Or getting kind of technical there with those TLAs and FLAs. But anyways, we have to be careful if we are in a business that has this type of sensitive information. So we'll talk about that when we get back. And then we have one more topic for today. And we're going to cover another angle of working at home and what does it mean to you and me. So stick around. We're going to be back. You're listening to Craig Peterson on WGAN online craigpeterson.com. And make sure you sign up on my email list right now. You have to subscribe by going to craigpeterson.com/subscribe, and you'll find out about all of our free resources for working at home. Stick around. We'll be right back.